I'm gonna come to the gallery so I can see all of you guys dancing with me. Hi, Paul. Hi, Cassandra. Hi, Tammy. Hi, Danielle. Hi, Sylvia. Just life is so good. Life is amazing. Aren't you guys so grateful to be alive? I am. Thank you, Tammy. Ceremony day. We're in white. Welcome, darlings. Welcome. Letting you guys land into the container. Can you not smile at this song? Is it just me? Joyful day to you too, Aaron. Makes my body want to move. This is how millennials dance. I don't know how to do any of that TikTok stuff. We should be dancing with fire. Oh, I love that song. I love that song. Welcome, darlings. It's so good to see all of your faces. It's so good to be here with you. I am having the hardest time believing that today is our final day. I know, Danielle. It's wild how fast it went. I remember I always think when I'm getting ready and getting prepared and like, oh, wow, in the previous years, it was 12, 13 days. This year being 9 days. I always think, wow, that's a lot. That's a lot to carry. That's a lot of sessions. That's a lot of calls, a lot of call time, a lot of connection. But then on the other side, day one, day two, I'm like, woof, I don't know if I'm going to make it this year, especially because, I mean, year of the snake, portal of transformation. There was a lot for me that started moving through my body, that started coming up for me at the beginning of our entire event, Tuesday, Wednesday. And I was moving through it, you guys, moving through it right alongside with you all. This type of an experience, it's an initiation, not just for you all, but for each and every one of us. So it's just an honor, deeply and profoundly an honor to hold this space, an honor to co-create, curate this space, or Alchemia would say to access this space with each and every one of you. Because me here by myself, I mean, believe me, I'd show up and I'd talk and I'd share those replays anyways, but I do this again and again because of you guys, because it is so beautiful and fulfilling and wonderful to come together in community from around the world, to be in service. I learned so much from each one of you. Just knowing that we're in this together, knowing that we're not alone on this journey. And what a beautiful segue into our final day, the final I Am Source Codex, which is I am supported, divinely supported and physically supported. You have support. We're going to talk about that. And we're actually going to do an exercise so you guys can get even more clear on what are your specific needs for support. We're not going to have a somatic healing session today. Instead, I'm going to guide you through this support exercise for some greater clarity. And then we have an incredible, beautiful sacred ceremonialist, priestess, songstress, Michelle Infinity, that's going to return back from, so she was with us on the day one and opened up the container, and she's going to now come back, and she's going to talk and share a little bit, kind of like a mini divine mirror session. And then she's going to close the experience in song and ceremony, because this has been a ceremony. God, the divine, the angels, ancestors, our guides. Like, there is a container that was generated, created, that we've been pouring our love, our intentions, our prayers into, where we've been laying at the altar of transformation, our fears, our limiting beliefs, all the places, spaces, things inside us that we're saying no more. Thank you. Thank you so much for the way in which you supported me and the ways in which you kept me safe. But I'm ready to lay that all at the altar of transformation. The year of the snake. And so now we're going to take these prayers, we're going to take all of this beautiful energy, and we're going to send it out down to the world. Because what we've done here was not just for you and me, it was for our collective, because we're beautiful souls of service that know that we were born for something far more than the life, than the society that we were conditioned by. We are the change makers. We are the way showers. We are the ones that are going to walk that unpaved path courageously and bravely. And we're not afraid to embrace our weird, because we are the wielders of our destiny, which is the true meaning of the word weird. You are the wielders of your destiny. You wield your destiny. You are the orchestrators. You are the architects. You are the artists. You are the creators, and you are the creation. And yes, Erica, she says, alone. We're not alone. And I love this transition. Instead of alone, we are all one. We are all one. We are all one. But we forget that because of the illusion of separation, the original wound and trauma of humanity. And so that's why we start with that. We start with unity. We start with the remembrance that we are not alone, that we are so deeply held and supported, that we do live in a benevolent universe that loves us. Life is always working out in our highest favor. And we know that, yet we forget that. And there's a human part of us that says, no, there's all of this evidence showing pain and suffering in my life and in my family's life. There's no way we would have chosen this. There's no way. We're going to reframe and come from a higher perspective and say, yeah, I understand why I would choose that. I understand the gift in the shadow. I understand alchemy. Doesn't mean you have to love every part of it all the time. It doesn't mean it's going to make it that much easier. It does make it easier, I promise. There's something really beautiful about being in the moment. Like Bonnie's a perfect example of that. Not you, Bonnie, but Bonnie Divina Mom Bonnie. Bonnie was a perfect example of that and what she's navigating and experiencing. She's going through a really challenging time right now. We could go back to Zoe Davenport, when she had to leave her spiritual work and practices and to help be the caregiver and death doula for her mother for a year and a half. There's going to be challenging things that are going to happen in our life. You might have a job that you lose or is taken from you, and you may have to move back home with a parent. There's things that are going to happen that are not going to feel easy in the moment. And you're going to be thinking to your higher self, why did I choose this? I want to reevaluate my contract, please. I want the easy package. And it makes sense that we would think that in the thick of it, right? We're like, no, I didn't choose this. There's no way. But then when we're on the other side of it, we're like, of course I would have chosen that. And I'm so grateful I did. And I'm so grateful I did. You guys heard Steve Nobel. I'm bringing all these people because I want you to remember these divine mirrors, these examples, these incredible spiritual teachers. Steve Nobel went through, I don't know if it's Nobel or Nobel, by the way. I just like Nobel Peace Prize. So I like Nobel, but it could be Noble. Either way, beautiful word. So Steve went through like a 5-6 year dark night of the soul, being spiritually, psychically attacked in a dark place, thinking that he would not even wanting to get out of it, wanting to check out of this body and reality. I don't know about you guys, but I actually have had moments where I'm like, this is too much. Because I know that I've chosen this reality, maybe I could just pray for an exit point. Not that I thought that I was going to take my own life. And maybe you've even been in that place where you have thought, maybe this is too much. This is too heavy. This is too hard. I'm not equipped. I'm not capable. I can't do this. I've taken on too much. Maybe you're feeling like that right now. Maybe you can recall times in your life where you have felt that way. And my deep, deep prayer is that you know that there are people that love you so much, and that your purpose, your mission is far grander than this challenging moment, this challenging year, this challenging whatever it is you're navigating, and that you ask for help, you ask for support, you call and help, you call and support. It's oftentimes like those that we don't feel worthy of support, where we feel like our life is in such shambles that we don't want to bother someone else. We don't want to bring them our shit, our mess. And I'm telling you right now, that is when the people that love you the most want to hear from you. And I'm so emotional about this because I've had people reach out to me in the past few months who've been in that place. And gosh, I'm just so grateful that Spirit whispered my name into their ear and that they called me. I'm so grateful that I picked up the phone. I'm so grateful that God gave us that moment where we could pour into each other and remind each other that we're not alone. Because often, too, the friend that you call might be going through a hard time, too. And you get to be there for each other. You're not complaining. It's not about, oh, I don't want to bring negativity into their world. No, if they love you deeply and profoundly, it would be their honor to be able to remind you of how fucking awesome you are, how strong, how brilliant, how resilient, how capable. Because we all forget. We all forget. I forgot last week. I had to call a friend so he could remind me. We all get there. I promise you. So please, 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 please kick down those barriers that say that asking for help is weak. Yeah, Emily says having people like that is so important. Sometimes we just need to hear someone's voice. It is proven, you guys, I keep seeing this more and more, that community, we've talked about this, having a conversation with somebody who loves you, where you get to be your authentic self one time a day, is key to health and happiness. Having safe spaces where you can truly be your vulnerable self, where you can speak the things that you don't even want to speak to yourself sometimes. It's so crucial. It's so important. And so I want to ask you guys, and I'm already raising my hand, how easy do you find it to ask for help? How easy do you find it to ask for help? Do you readily seek support? Or is it a challenge for you? Let us know in the chat. How easy is it for you? And be real with yourself. Almost impossible, Erica. Wow. Bonnie, that's so sweet. Bonnie has a prayer time at 9:30 every morning. She says, if you want to stop by and pray at the same time, she's here. She's there with spirit. Erin says it's challenging, very challenging challenge. Everyone, almost impossible challenge to ask for help. Yeah. It used to be harder, but now you ask all the time. Jessica, yes, celebrating you, darling. Celebrating you for overcoming that. Paola says it's a challenge. And honestly, it comes from sometimes not even tucking in and recognizing that you need help. Yes, we're going to talk a bit about that today. From having to always do things on your own at an early age. Absolutely. Absolutely. How many of you can relate to that? This hyper independence because we knew that we had to take care of us. Danielle says it's a big challenge for her, but she'll jump for anyone else, but not for herself. Yeah. It's for you, people like us, it's often so much easier to give help than it is to ask for help. It's easier to give than to receive. And I know firsthand how difficult this can be. Most men and women I work with struggle asking for support. And I, as an independent woman, have battled with that myself my entire life. I still battle with it. And it's funny because I can sense when I'm like, no, perfect example. I have 2 jugs of water, 5-gallon jugs, and I go to the water tree and I fill them up once or twice a week. And I've always just, I don't care. I carry them in with my hands and they have a cart and I like to carry them out one by one because I'm like, the body likes to move. I'm going to move my body as much as I can. So I like to carry them in and out. But in this new place that I started going to, there's a guy usually there and they always want to help and support. And before the version of me would be like, no, I got it. Because I do, I've got it and I like it. I don't mind. But then I realized I can be a kingmaker. These men really, really, I do have magical words written on my water jugs. I do. Intentionality, rituals in every place and space. And he offers and he genuinely wants to help. And the first time I just carried him out, I could see that he was maybe a little uncomfortable or maybe a little disheartened by my declining of his support. And then I realized how silly of me to like trying to strong arm my hyper independence. Like I got this with this man who genuinely wants to support me. And that's been a pattern for me. And it's something so small, right? Water getting, but that's where we notice where our patterns really are. That's when when we become hyper aware of, that's when we notice. So for me, something so tiny, I was like, so now I'm like, yes, you want to help me? I would love help. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you. I allow myself to receive support. And I've allowed myself to start asking for it when I need it as well. Like last week, that's a big thing for me to reach out to a friend because normally I'd be like, oh, I don't want to bother anyone. But Spirit was like, no. And I, like you guys, probably, I was outside crying, screaming, processing, emoting, just feeling. And then I heard my friend's name in my head and I could have ignored it. But I said, okay, Spirit. And I reached out and he made himself available. And not only did he support me emotionally, he was like, what else can I help you with? What else can I help you with? And I was like, you've done websites before. I need some support on my website. I have some updates that I needed to take care of and I'm struggling with it because I do all of this myself. And he's like, I gotcha. And he helped me. And he helped me because actually told him, I said, I haven't taken a shower in 3 days. It's like Thursday. I was like, I haven't taken a shower in 3 days because from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to bed, I'm getting all of the stuff ready for this event. And I said, if you help me with this website piece, I can take a bath tonight. He was like, go take a bath, my love, go take a bath. And that was after my big cry session. And I was like, I think I need water. And Spirit was like, yes, you do. So, I mean, I like it was something, seemingly to him, it might have been so small. It was an hour of time holding me emotionally and 2 hours of time taking care of, and some seemingly so small, yet he has no idea how much that meant to me. Maybe he does. I hope he does. It meant so much to me. What are our needs for support? I get it. I get it. Hyper independent woman right here. So many of us, we've been conditioned. Well, really, it feels unnatural in a lot of ways because we've been conditioned by this masculine dominated culture that glorifies the independence. It glorifies self sufficiency and glorifies that individual power. And that conditioning then creates internal resistance towards us seeking support, which leads to isolation. It leads to self judgment when we think we need support. Oh, I can't believe I can't do this on my own. Exhaustion, overwhelm, burnout. We don't want to appear weak or needy. We don't want to burden others with our problems. We fear rejection, shame, or unworthiness, even with our friends and family. And again, that was my reality, has always been my reality. Drop a heart in the chat if you can relate. Because my loves, I mean, you could see in here all of the comments and everything, everyone's sharing. Amy, my love, I'm sorry, darling. Amy says she's estranged from her family. And that's something that some of us don't have supportive friends and family. Some of us don't have that. And if you don't have family, then my invitation to you is to call forward friends, soul family, loved ones that are supportive, that are about supporting your growth. We need growth oriented relationships. For me, everything in my life changed when I found supportive soul aligned community where I could be my authentic self. Before my spiritual journey, I had shared with you guys on day one that was laying on my parents' couch, 28 years old, sleeping on the couch downstairs because there was bed bugs upstairs, this leather couch. I had just restarted my career over, and I didn't have enough money to go out and party like I was all the time. That was one of the ways I kept myself distracted, drinking, partying, and being out 4 or 5 nights a week, even on weekdays. And I didn't have the means to do that anymore. And I was sitting at home on the couch and overwhelmed at the realization that I didn't have real friendships. I didn't have real friendships. All those friendships were about talking about other people, gossiping. They were about external validation of one another. They were party friendships with no depth at all. And here I am at home going through one of the darkest places of my life. And I realized I had no friends that cared. No one called me. No one asked where I'd been in weeks. I felt so utterly alone. And what was wild is prior to that, you would have probably looked at me on social medias or seen me out and about. And you're like, oh my gosh, Lacey knows half of Houston. And I did. I knew all the people out that were going out and partying, and I knew a lot of Houston. Yet I was utterly alone because they were not in-depth, loving friendships that were about bettering ourselves, rather about reaffirming who we were. And again, when I found supportive, soul aligned community where I could be my authentic self, that's when everything changed for me. You heard Annie sharing yesterday. For her, she had been on this spiritual journey. She had been taking the summits, doing, acquiring. But the two missing pieces for her were embodiment and community. And community, she didn't have community. And I must say, you guys, witnessing this community pour into each other, commenting, holding space, loving upon one another in the Facebook and this chat has been like deeply touching. Like it's been so beautiful to witness. You guys love so big. And and you guys have held space, this space of safety for each other to share vulnerably. That's you. That's why I call this a co-creation. Because if you weren't safe spaces, other people wouldn't feel safe to show up here. Yeah, Bonnie says one can feel alone in a room full of people if you don't align with them. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm sure many of us can walk into parties sometimes or places and spaces and events and feel alone in that and those spaces because you realize the conversations are not anything that you want to contribute to. And you know what I say? You then create the conversations you do. You become that beacon of light and say, okay, spirit, use me, guide me. Where can my magic be sprinkled in this space? And you guide the conversations to be aligned with love. Yeah, Kathy says she used to be shy and scared to ask for help, but she does it more often now. And I bet you, Kathy, that when you receive support, it then you're like, and they're excited to give it to you. And you're like, oh, okay, that wasn't so hard. And I just got exactly what I needed out of this experience. Wow. And Kathy, I know you give so much of yourself, darling. It's usually the ones that struggle asking for support that are the first to give it, the first to show up. How can I help? How can I support? The ones with the biggest hearts. You guys forget that you are worthy of that same support and that it's not weak or a burden to ask for it. So the new paradigm of support, is that you cannot, I'm going to say it, it's a bold statement, but you cannot step into your highest potential without support. It's not an optional thing in your journey. It's essential. It's a requirement. You cannot become yourself by yourself. You can't. At the level of self-actualization, you want to self-actualize at the level of destiny, at the level of your soul mission. You need mirrors. You need mirrors. You need people that are reflecting back to you your gifts, your power, your light that help you see your own greatness. Because it's going to get hard. It's going to get challenging and you're going to forget. It's going to happen. Many of you, maybe you're experiencing that now, where you started on this path and you had all this excitement and passion, and then it got hard and challenging and you forgot your why, or you forgot how capable you are. And so we need mirrors. And beyond that, not only our own greatness, we also need the mirrors that also reflect to us. Because if you have relationships we need growth-oriented relationships. We need growth-oriented relationships, relationships that are supporting your expansion rather than keeping you comfortable. Oftentimes our parents remember us as who we were. They're not often, and our siblings, they're not often as supportive as we would like them to be about where we're going, who we're becoming. So if you're not receiving that kind of growth-oriented support, the mirrors that are experiencing a similar journey with you, it's time to find them. We need power partners. We need other people holding our vision with us, amplifying our energy. Many of us go on this mission and we become solopreneurs, but that is but a tiny stepping stone because, again, we're not meant to do this on our own. And what I know to be true, what I know to be true is that anything is possible when you're supported by the right people. Anything is possible. I am telling you right now that Steve Jobs, Oprah Winfrey, Bill Gates, Tony Robbins, all of them had mentors. All of them had coaches. All of them were in masterminds. All of them were in group containers or had power partners. All of them had relationships that supported them to become who they are today. Their success wasn't born in isolation, it was cultivated in a field of support. Yeah, higher self recognizes other higher selves. Richie says, I became completely disconnected and unattached from others by last fall, even your identical twin brother. He says he was floating around in space, but you needed it. Absolutely. I completely agree. We have phases where we isolate and seclude ourselves. And then we have times when we feel like, okay, now it's time to open up and receive and connect again, honoring that ebb and that flow, honoring what's right and true for you in each moment. But the reality is we do need each other. We do need mirrors that if they often say if you're the smartest person in the room, then you need to find yourself a new room. Right. And there's some truth in that. If every space you enter into, you are the teacher, you are the mentor, you are the guide, you are the one offering support to everybody else, then it's time to find spaces where you're held, you're supported, where you are learning from others. It's time to find those relationships where they are mirrors. My very, very, very best friends are the most magical people. And when we get together, it is just like boom, 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 like amplify, 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 amplify. We just feel on top of the world because when we get together, we pour into each other. It's like, you're amazing. I love you. What are you creating? Oh my gosh, how can I support that? They're the most magical people. They're the most magical relationships. These are the relationships I was praying for 10 years ago, even 5 years ago. These are the kind of relationships that I pray for each one of you to have. And I know some of you do. Some of you actually have each other, which is really amazing. Some of you guys in this space now. When we are bonded in groups and we set a collective intention, we are 10 times more powerful than any individual acting alone. We magnify each other's energy in ways beyond what we can do alone. And this is how we birth the new earth together. We're releasing those outdated beliefs that we must do everything on our own, that asking for help is weak, that we are unworthy of support. And we are reclaiming the energy of collaboration and co-creation. This is the way forward. This is the way forward. I want you guys to repeat this phrase after me. Repeat this phrase after me. The more support I receive, the more powerful I become. Woo! The more support I receive, the more powerful I become. The more support I receive, the more loving I become, the more expansive I become, the more grounded I become, the more easeful life is, the more joyful life is, the more fulfilled I become. You can fill in with whatever word feels expansive to you, but the more support you receive, the more shiny, vibrant, powerful, joyous you become. It does have energy on it. Erica says, wow, that has energy on it. It does. Oh, Kathy, so glad you're here. Kathy's on her lunch break. Oh, angels, the more support you receive, the more you become you. the true you. And manifesting, creating at the level of destiny requires support. Imagine planting a seed and you're waiting, and nothing happens. But without fertile soil, even the most potent seed will not grow. Many of you have been trying to create, you planted your seeds of desire. Like, this is what I want to experience. I want deep, profound cosmic love. I want to embody my soul mission and purpose and be a soul of service. And I want to show up and help others. And I don't know what that looks like yet, but that's what I want to do. Or you are somebody who's already showing up in soul service. And you're like, I want to take it even further. It's been a side job. I want to make it my number. I want my full focus to be 100% that. Or you have a vision and you planted it. You know that one day you're going to create a business. One day you're going to start an herbal company. But you planted that seed. You want to sing. You want to be a Grammy singer, like one of my clients. And you planted that seed and you just left it. You left it in this barren soil. And you said, if it's meant to be, it'll be. If it's meant to be, it'll be. It'll be. And you just left it there. And many of you are trying to create out of barren soil, thinking something's wrong with your seed of potential. Something must be wrong with me. I'm not good enough because this hasn't happened yet. There's something wrong, broken within me. But the truth is, you just need the right environment. That seed needs the right environment. You are that seed. You just need the right environment to nourish your growth. And that environment, we know epigenetically, we understand that it's our thoughts, it's our internal landscape, but what is your environment? What about the resources? Do you have the right resources, the right training, the right mentorship, the right coaching? Do you have divine mirrors, friends, community that are power partnerships, divine mirrors supporting you, growth-oriented relationships? What is your environment? When I personally finally sought out and invested in support, mentorships, programs, communities, that was the next up leveling for me. That's when I really stepped into my soul becoming fulfilled, my soul mission becoming fulfilled, stepped further into my destiny. It was like, each, we have all these like awakenings. Awakening doesn't happen once, right? It's like we have like greater awakenings. And the first one for me was finding mind to matter, law of attraction, thoughts become things, understanding that we create a reality. That was the first one. And I would like to say the second one was finding spiritual community. And then the third was investing in myself. That was the next big up leveling for me. And I had a really sweet moment. My coach, the very first coach program that I ever invested in, it was an amazing, her name, Jessica Zaya. She's going by Jessica. What's her last name now? She's going by her real name again, but I invested in this incredible program, and that was 6 years ago, I think now, maybe 7 years ago. She sent us an email a couple of weeks ago that she's closing down the portal, and she was like, hey guys, download all of your information. And I opened up the program and I was just like blown away. I'd forgotten what the program was about. It was so long ago, so many programs ago, mentorship, containers ago. And I was just blown away because that entire program, everything in that program were things that I've now been teaching, that I teach, I share, I talk about everything in that program. And I remember being in the program so confused and lost in a lot of ways because a lot of it was over my head. A lot of it was new for me and new concepts, new understanding, even tapping into my own innate wisdom, guided meditations, all of that was new. And now I'm teaching so much of that. And I reached out to her and I was like, oh my gosh, Jess. And both of us were in tears over just how special how special it is that I got to say yes to her in that program, how much gratitude I had. Because I remember how scary it was. I remember how scary investing in this program was. And I'm so glad I said yes. Her support. And then I've had probably 50 mentors since then holding me in beautiful containers. And so we are going to do a little guided exercise because you guys, I want you to know and get clarity around your unique needs for support. Everyone's unique supports are different. And we even had somebody in the chat earlier say that they don't slow down enough to find out what they need for support. How can we ask for support if we don't know what our needs are for support? So the step one is really just getting clear on what your needs are. What are your needs for support? So we're going to do a little exercise. We're going to get clear on our needs for support. This is going to be a guided exercise, kind of a guided meditation, but I do invite you to have your paper and pen next to you. So and I call this guided channeling. We're going to connect into the sacred temple of your heart, and we're going to ask your higher aspect of self or your God, realized self to share with you directly what your needs are for support. And everyone receives information differently. You may receive it through a vision. You may have just a knowing, this is what it is. You may have you may hear it in your mind, and often it'll just sound like your own voice. And if you feel like you're not getting anything in this exercise, I want to preface by saying that by asking, oh, thank you. I almost didn't get to this place. Ask and you shall receive. This is a universal law. Ask and you shall receive. The answer is in the question always. No matter what, if you are in prayer, if you are asking, it's learning to ask, Lyra. Yes. If you are in prayer and you are asking and you don't feel like you're getting a response immediately, then trust that the answer will be shared with you when it is meant to be shared with you. Trust that there is absolutely zero way, it is impossible that you won't receive the answer that you're seeking. Trust that. The other pieces, and why we're talking about this support, divine support, I want to get into, we're talking about 3D support, but I want to talk real quickly about divine support. We've talked about this a little bit, but I want to touch on it again now. You guys, Tammy said she got a flash of light in her room when I said, ask and you shall receive. Interesting. Flash of light. Divine support. We have an incredible team. Angels, guides, ancestors. If you knew it, I say the word army, but you've got what's another better word for army? You guys have been really good about helping, because army is like we're going to war, and I think we're kind of done with that energy. You've got a whole choir, legion. Thank you, Michelle. Hi, honey. You get a legion of divine beings in support of your journey, and they honor free will. So there's something to be said. Stellium, that's real good. You guys are word artists. Stadium, I love that. We genuinely do. And they're available. And each one of them has certain specialties, certain gifts. If you are a singer, for example, you have a guide that is and has been a singer, a professional, famous singer, for example. Like, you guys have guides that are specialists, and then you have angels that are specialists, and then you've got the divine. I mean, you've got a team, a posse. I love that. But you have to engage with them. You have to ask for support. You have to intentionally, consciously, and deliberately work with them, because free will. So that's why the power of prayer that's why prayer is so powerful. Prayer is so very powerful. And you can reframe if the word prayer is triggering to you. You can set an intention, a divine intention. But I invite you to use your words, speaking out loud, or write it down. Thinking it in the mind is powerful. You're sending out electrical signals. We're all telepathic. We're all interconnected. It will be received. But when you use, especially the power of your voice, first there was the word. This is the, informed the quantum fabric of reality to create form. So if you want to create within form, which we are all here doing, mastering the matrix, not escaping it, becoming masters within it, master creators within it, then your voice is the most powerful tool that you have. That's why divine decrees. That's why I feel like we've enough of the mentors and coaches and guides have invited you to speak things out loud. So you guys, you can probably tell that talking is my favorite. I like to talk. I prefer to use my voice than to write things down. So, all right, I just wanted to bring that through because divine support is always there, but you have to ask, you have to engage consciously and deliberately, and you will always receive the answer without a doubt. Entourage, you guys are amazing. We've got so many great words. Thank you. Now you've got a plethora. Thank you, Erica. I received that fully. Erica, I received that fully. I'm a little tickled. I'll tell you guys a really tiny thing. I had a woman reach out to me on Instagram and tell me that she was triggered by my voice. Yeah, she was like, I was triggered by your voice. And maybe because she came back to the call, she was like, maybe it's about that sexual trauma you were talking about. This is literally what she said. And then she said, I was debating telling you, but I decided to tell you because I think if you work on it, more people would watch you. And this is what I phrased it in my own mind because she said it very beautifully, very eloquently, with very beautiful words, but in a very gaslighting way. And I was like, and so last night I was laying in my bed and I realized it was still bothering me a little bit, even though that was last week. And last night I heard my higher self repeat what she said in the terms I just gave you. And I just started giggling for 10 minutes in my bed because I was like, oh my gosh, like that's actually what she said to me. Exactly what she said to me. You triggered me. It might be your trauma. If you worked on this, then I think more people would pay attention to you. So it really, and I was like, oh my goodness. So I laughed, I giggled, and, I sent her a beautiful, beautiful note in response. And it was very kind, but I pretty much told her, triggers are not my problem. They're yours. and about a 5-minute voice note. And I told her, so it was really sweet. So anyways, I thank you I received that so deeply because yesterday even though I know it's not true, receiving that from her last night, I realized a part of me was still believing in that as a possibility. I was like, maybe I do need to work more on my voice. Maybe when I get high pitched, maybe it's, maybe I need to tone down my excitement. And so never more. Yeah. Pure projection. Absolutely. That's kind of what I told her. And again, very nice words. I was like, honey, let's sit with this. I'm sorry I triggered you. Not really sorry. Awesome. Let's get clarity around your needs for support. I'm going to put a song on. I'm going to put a song on. This song is called Miracles. This song is actually produced by Sam Botner, who's out of Austin. Michelle, you know Sam, who is dating one of my very best friends in the entire world. And her and I have been talking throughout this journey. So it's really sweet that Spirit just told me to play this song from Sam. So we get to bring their energy into this space. Gratitude for both of them. Let me make sure I'm sharing my sound with you guys. Okay, perfect. Share. Awesome. All right, guys. If you're in a place and space to do so, I invite you to go ahead and close down your eyes. Taking some deep breaths into your heart. On each in-breath, drawing in your energy, your light, your power from 360 degrees around you. And on each out breath, letting go of any energy, any thoughts, any emotions that are not your own. On each in breath, collecting your energy, your light. And on each out breath, cleansing, clearing, and purifying your energy field. Give you some time to just breathing in, breathing out. I invite you to anchor into your heart, to feel, sense, see, or imagine that you are inside of your heart space within a temple. This temple is your soul sanctuary, the sanctuary of your soul, the seat of your soul, where your soul dwells, lives, and resides within you, your unique spark of Creator's light, Creator's love, embodied in form. Feel as you land here, just orienting yourself. What do you feel? What do you see? Know that in this space, you are protected, you are safe. This space is fortified by God, by Spirit, by Creator. And perhaps you can even feel, as I say, God, Creator, Spirit, Great Spirit, you can feel that energy begin to well up inside of you, within you, and around you. Allow your heart to open through the stargate of your loving heart. We now invite your highest aspect of self, your God self, your Goddess self, your I am presence, the unlimited part of you that exists outside of time and space, that has access to the quantum realm of infinite possibilities. Perhaps you see, perceive this aspect of your being standing in front of you now within this temple. Feel him or her, witness them. Feel the love radiating out of their eyes, out of their heart. Feel and notice that they feel not dissimilar from you because they are you. We're going to now ask this beautiful, radiant, expansive version of ourself for support, for guidance, for clarity. You can do it in your mind or speak out loud, whatever words feel expansive and aligned for you. I receive your support. I lovingly receive your guidance. Thank you.
I lovingly receive your guidance. Thank you.
Alondra, help me out, darling, and clean up the line. We're going to ask them now, what do we need? What do I need to manifest, co-create our vision? This is your vision for your life. This is your vision that you received and tapped into during your quantum manifestation ritual, asking them now, what do you need? And we're going to ask them to identify 3 specific, immediate, and tangible needs for support. This could be emotional support, encouragement, feedback. Perhaps it's supportive community, mentorship, training. Maybe it's childcare or funding. Maybe it's skills. This could be support both within you and outside of you. What are 3 specific, immediate, and tangible needs that you have for support to manifest and birth your vision for your life? Just allow yourself to listen, to receive. And if you want to write it down, you can. I'm going to be quiet for a moment so that you can connect and be in conversation. Now that you've identified these 3 tangible needs for support, you can thank your higher self, your unlimited self. And if you did not receive a clear vision or words, again, I invite you to just trust that the message will come through in a way that you can receive it. Trust that in the asking, the answer has already been given. We're now going to ask another question. And I invite you to tune in and ask yourself, who do you already know who could help you with those needs for support? Who within your field do you already know? Who can you reach out to? Thinking about your friends, your family, your social network, thinking about anybody who's walked this path before you. Who can you reach out to, or where might you invest to receive support? Who do you already know? It's already in your field. And now we're going to tune in and ask, how can you take action? How can you take action to receive the support that you need? What action can you take? People you can reach out to, a request that you can make. Maybe it's a post on Facebook or within a community chat. Maybe you realize that you need accountability. Do you have a friend that you could ask to be accountable, help you be accountable? Or are there a program or somewhere where you can invest in yourself? Maybe you're wanting to learn a new skill. Perhaps you don't know who to ask. And the answer to this question, the action, is prayer. Maybe you just need to pray to be guided to the right resource, the right coach, the right program, the right community. Again, writing it down if you're receiving very clear next steps. And if you're not receiving clear next steps, I invite you to trust, trust, trust. Trust that those next steps will come, that they will be presented to you in perfect divine timing. We're going to say some words out loud, some divine decrees or sacred intentions, if you will. I invite you to repeat after me. I release the outdated belief that I must do everything on my own. I release the outdated belief that asking for help is weak. I release the outdated belief that I am unworthy of support. I am worthy of support. I am safe to ask for support. The more support I receive, the more powerful I become. I am always supported by the universe. I'm divinely supported at all times. Thank you, Divine, for bringing me the right opportunities, people, resources that I need to create and access my dream life, my soul's vision and mission. With so much gratitude and appreciation in your hearts, just say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for the support that is always available to you. Thank you to your own divine self for the support that you've just received. Thank you to your spirit team, your ancestors, angels, guides, for the support in which they readily offer, ways in which they guide you and work with you beyond your conscious understanding. Thank you to Creator for birthing us into reality, gifting us with free will to know and experience ourselves as divine. Thank you to Source, to God, the logos of love, the allness that we are. And I invite you now to again feel into your divine self standing in front of you. Maybe you see them, maybe you just feel them. Everything is perfect. And I invite you to give them a hug. And in this loving embrace, as the two of you begin to swirl and swirl and swirl and swirl until the two become one. And there's only one of you left. You as the embodiment in this body as your unlimited divine self. Embodied, fully human, fully divine, divinely supported across all dimensional planes and realms. We're going to take some deep breaths in with a sigh, a tone on the way out to crystallize and anchor in these energies. Big deep breath in. Deep breath in. One more. Whenever you're ready, opening up your eyes and coming back into our space here. I deeply pray that each of you enjoyed that exercise, that you receive some clarity around your next steps. Yes, she accepts. Awesome. Strong crying throughout. Oh, Erin, darling. Yeah. How sweet. I feel that, of course, right? Connecting to the higher aspect of self and even just realizing our own worth around the support and how supported we are, how held we are, just feeling safe and held. And again, if you guys didn't receive any specific, clear next steps, I invite you to just trust. Please trust. I remember starting out this journey, I didn't receive right away. And I felt like I was broken, and other people were having visions and getting clear messages, and I wasn't. And I felt like there was something wrong with me. I was doing something wrong. I needed to detox my third eye. No, my darlings. No, my darlings. Where you are is perfect, and how you receive information is perfect. Trust, trust, trust. Trust, trust, trust. I'm going to mention it one more time, one last time before I hand over this call to dear sister Michelle Infinity for this ceremonial experience. I'm just really excited for you guys to get to hear from her even further. In the event that you are craving the kind of support that it just got real big. You guys got real big. Whoa, there we are. Okay. In the event that you are craving soul family connection, in the event that you've been journeying alone and you know that it's time to journey in community, and you're craving support, you're craving mirrors, you're craving a safe space to continue to be seen and held and witnessed. If you are craving structure and accountability to deepen in your soul's devotion, your relationship to God and the divine, both within you and outside of you, If you are craving soul alchemy, the embodiment of your highest self or your most authentic self, if you are craving accountability, loving accountability, not the kind that makes you feel bad because you didn't do the thing, but the kind that you're like, oh gosh, yeah, I really am excited to do this and to do it with other people. Then, my darlings, I have created Soul Alchemy, the 7-week Ascension Accelerator, Breakthrough Accelerator, Miracle Manifester, designed for holistic healing and higher self embodiment. I'm going to pull it up on the screen just very briefly, and then we will move on. Here we are. Okay. It also includes an online energy for right now. It includes it still includes the bonus, the online energy healing weekend retreat, angelic Reiki 1 and 2 training and certification. So this is 7 weeks, 8 if you consider the angelic Reiki, which is the weekend prior. So this is the path of transformation, holistic healing, somatic therapies, energy mastery. You're going to learn how to work with energy at all levels. You're going to learn how to channel energy, communicate with the angels, divine, your higher aspects of soul self. You're going to learn to deepen and to start listening to the whispers of your soul, listening to your soul's guidance, learning how your soul is always communicating yes and no at all times. You're going to learn how to, communicate and work with those guides. There is I was receiving all sorts of downloads yesterday when I was in movement. I don't even remember what I wrote down. I was in this channeled state. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay. I like that. I forgot about that. We'll get there. So yeah, if any of this sounds like you feel like you're spinning your wheels, you're not getting anywhere. You feel like your dream life is on back order. You're just not sure about what direction to take. You're afraid of making the wrong choice. Perhaps you struggle to stick to routine or motivate yourself. Or maybe you just want community. You want to learn how to be your own coach, mentor, and healer because you are ready to reclaim your power. Then this beautiful program, we're going to have wisdom teaching calls, somatic healing circles, and light worker prayer circles. We have 4 calls a week for 7 weeks. This is an intensive. This is for those that are ready to create massive transformation. It is for those that are like, okay, wow, 9 days of this experience, I'm ready to stick this quantum leap because you know what kind of transformation you've already undergone and you're like, I want to keep that momentum going. Then this program is for you. There's some information. Right now, the program is 111.11 or 6 payments of 199. The price will go up tomorrow. Well, after tomorrow. So I guess Saturday. Tomorrow will be the last day to get the price at this amount. So if you're somebody that's been sitting around and you're like, I think so, I think I want to do it, I'm not sure, but I want to get a greater clarity, then my calendar is open right now for clarity calls. So get in my calendar for a clarity call. If you book a clarity call before this event ends by today, then you will lock in this price. You will lock that price in. So lock the price in by getting in my calendar. If you could share all those links, I'm not sure if you're already sharing those links. I can't see that right now, but lock that price in. If you have any questions, if you want to talk more about what's included, then get in my calendar. We'll talk. But that price is going to go up. I'm going to start sharing this with people that haven't attended the event. You guys get special bonus pricing because you've attended this event. You've been traveling with us for these days. How do I stop? Oh, here it is. Gosh, too many screens, too much moving around. So there should be in the chat replays also go up in price tomorrow as well. So if you're like, I really want the replays, $33. Thank you, Alondra. You dropped all the links in there. There's all the links. Get in my calendar. Yeah, all you got the options. Is there any? Yes. I almost forgot the winner. I know you guys have been playing all out. Let's talk. She is on it. Thank you, Alondra, my little support angel. All right, you guys. I just want to say how touched I was this year to witness the interaction and the engagement and the love for this year's embodiment rituals. Erica's on my calendar. A bunch of you are already on my calendar. I'm excited. I really am. And a bunch of you have already said yes to being a part of Soul Alchemy. We've got Paul, who's in the program. We've got Amy, who's in the program. We've got Heather, who's in the program. Who else here? Who else? Who else? Who else? That's here today. I can't scroll over anymore. So that might be all. So we've got a bunch of you here that are already in. So Earth Angels unite. We're doing it. We're traveling together. So I want to really thank everyone who participated. And Tammy, yep, Tammy. I didn't know if Tammy was here right now. We've got Tammy, Bonnie, Paul, Heather, Juanita, Nita, Jocelyn, Amy, Cassandra, and Mikey, who hasn't been able to participate with us because of the time difference. So we've got an amazing group of Earth Angels that are already all in. And I'm excited to see who else is going to be added to the mix. So again, I just want to thank every single person who participated in the embodiment rituals. We've got some honorable mentions. I'm going to start. We had Steve and Erica and Jocelyn and Richie who participated in a few here and there. So I'm really grateful for you guys. You did the ones that felt aligned and that you felt called to and you had the time for. I want to say a big extra thank you to Heather Dawes, and Paul Sandry and Emily Villagomez. You guys did almost all. Y'all did 5 or so, 6 or so. Y'all showed up, and you guys had great reflections, great mirroring. Emily, I just want to say thank you so much. I witnessed your mirroring of each other and the way in which you witnessed your brothers and sisters. It was really beautiful to witness you witnessing them. And then I want to thank my most grandest, heartfelt, deepest appreciation to Tammy Benefield, Michelle Dobbs Harvey, Paola Chapa, help me out, Alondra, and Amber Adams. So the 4 of you were the 4 that went into the drawing. Amber, Michelle, Tammy, and Paula. The 4 of you completed 7 to 8. And I think the ones, some of you, I just don't think I was able to find them. So the 4 of you are who Spirit I invited to guide me. And we're going to drum roll. And the winner is, as chosen, not by me, but by God, the divine, is Tammy, sweet sister. Tammy. Sister Tammy. Tammy. You know what's hilarious? I'm so tickled by this. So okay, thank you. That is awesome. I actually said the wrong name, but I don't believe in accidents. It's Michelle. And I don't know why, Tammy. I think it's because I was looking directly at you, Tammy. But how funny is that? But I don't believe in accidents. There are no accidents. So actually, who was drawn was Michelle. How funny. Here I am with your names on this paper. Michelle was drawn. So winner is Michelle. And Tammy, we're going to talk, Tammy, and actually, I've already been told. So Amber and Paula, get in my calendar. I don't think I have either of you in my calendar yet. I have a consolation prize for all 3 of you. And Tammy, it's going to be something extra because again, I don't believe in accidents. So I'm going to sit with why your name came out of my mouth. Michelle Dobbs Harvey, darling. You are our contest winner. You are the drawing winner. But Tammy, Amber, and Paula, I've already been told I've got a beautiful, it's not even a consolation prize because everyone's a winner. You guys are the winners because you did the rituals, because you showed up every day and were committed and devoted. And the rituals in themselves are like the Oscars, Richie says. I love that. Fawn says you are his successor. You are his successor. Fawn won last year. So let's talk. I'm really excited because Tammy's actually already in the program. She's already receiving of the and so I was actually really tickled because Michelle's not yet. And so that's I again, I just draw. So Tammy, you're already all in, Tammy. So let's talk, Tammy. We're going to give you something additional just to sweeten what's already there. Amber and Paula, get in my calendar because I have a special offer for the two of you. And Michelle, I will be reaching out to you directly and we'll talk. So Michelle gets to either choose if she wants to, one, join Angelic Reiki with the rest of us. And so she gets to participate and become certified and experience that energy healing, energy mastery weekend training, or she can receive a choice to do 50% off of the program and join the program for a very discounted rate. So I'll be chatting with you guys, all four of you. I have a conversation with all four of you so that you can know your options. And I'm just all about showering you all with gifts. Gentle reminder: we have an extra bonus that just I'm going to be hosting for those of you who are in by Thursday. Next Thursday is the spring equinox. We're going to have a 3-hour spring equinox ceremony. If you can't participate live, do not worry. You will have, I'll send out the replays as soon as it's complete, and then you can catch up on the replay over the weekend. So it's going to be a ceremony, a series of rituals to support us in planting the seeds of our desire in our garden and weeding the garden and nourishing it with water and nourishing it with sun and really kind of seeding our intentions for the coming season. And so I'm really excited. This is a ceremony I've done a few years now. So this will be my 3rd year to do this ceremony. So I love you guys so incredibly much. Yeah, Heather, you did get that's why you were a honorable mention. You did almost all of them, my love. I'm just deeply grateful. Amber, Paula, Michelle, Tammy, thank you so much for the ways in which you guys showed up and mirrored each other and your devotion and dedication. It was inspiring to me, and I can imagine inspiring to to everyone else as well. Y'all are amazing and I love you. All right, I'm done talking. That's enough. I forget how many of these little things are. I didn't want to have notes today. I just didn't want to have notes. I just wanted to talk to you guys. So big breaths, big breaths. Yeah, awesome. Big breaths as we transition, lovingly transition. I am going to bring her up here. I'm going to read her bio because it's a beautiful, beautiful bio. Awesome. Yeah. Let me find my Michelle here. There you are, Angel. Oh, looking radiant as ever. I'm going to go ahead and replace my spotlight and add my spot. Oh, gosh. Just bouncing around. Sorry, you guys. Thank you for your patience and your love. Okay. May I lovingly, it is just an honor to introduce to you guys once again, Michelle Infinity. Michelle, I actually just realized I don't know how to pronounce your last name. I would love to hear your name in its fullness.
Coutinho.
Coutinho.
It's Portuguese. It's Coutinho.
Coutinho. Oh, that's even more fun. Coutinho.
Michelle. I say Coutinho. Michelle Coutinho.
Coutinho.
Or Michelle Infinity.
Or Michelle Infinity. Oh, this radiant being. You've already had a beautiful experience with her, and she's going to pour into us even more. This beautiful woman is a transformational leader. She's a ceremonial songstress. She's a teacher, speaker, healer, and guide. She's the creator of Voice as Vessel, a vocal empowerment mentorship which helps budding teachers, healers, and leaders embody their full self-expression by clearing and releasing karmic bondages, turning past pain into purpose, and transmuting wounds into wisdom. Her work blends many traditions and modalities, including devotional bhakti mantras with medicine songs. She offers live weekly shamanic soul side. I'm going to start that over because I want you guys to hear this. She offers live, weekly, completely free shamanic soul song sessions on Insight Timer.
Mhm.
So go check her out on Insight Timer. She's got a beautiful community over there. And in these sessions, she weaves energy work, yogic practices, somatic embodiment, intuitive counseling, and sound healing into every single session. And it's a channeling experience of unique rituals that just kind of comes through and as an offering for the participants. And her voice is a multidimensional channel of timeless wisdom, ancient song, that awakens the hearts of those that are ready to hear. Darling, it's such a pleasure and an honor to have you back. Thank you so much for being a part of this. And thank you so much for being a safe space where my heart can let go of some control and receive of support and opening and closing the container in the space. It felt so nourishing to sink into and to relax into and to be able to trust and say, yes, I can let go and allow this incredible woman to bring her gift to each and every one of you. So thank you so much for the offering that is you.
It's so good because I love to be a part of containers that are created on their own and just like offer magnificence and amplify them with, cosmic juju from spirit and the divine. I feel like we all have our role to play in a circle and in a ceremony, and that is definitely my deepest gift that I have to offer is just to enter a space and to like bring up the light and then kind of to cascade out and leave.
Mm.
And yeah, and my work is very intimate, I tend to hold like a very, and not exclusive, but do you know what I mean? Like it's nice to be a part of broader environments that allow me to have access and then kind of go like small little bird and fly. Like, yeah, so that's definitely my frequency. Yeah.
Well, it's an honor to have you weaving your magic and being a part of this container. It truly, truly is. And it's an honor to bring her medicine to each and every one of you. So I am going to hand it over to her and let her I feel you and of yourself, you operate best in just allowing what wants to flow. So I am going to give you the floor, my love. And so it'll be a beautiful guiding journey and we'll share her links and how you can get in contact with her. And then we'll gracefully flow into the closing of our ceremonial space.
Sure, so beautiful. So I'll sing a few songs. You guys have already dropped in and been attuned with spirit, and I'm going to close the entire container at the end with the ceremony. So I think I'm just going to get started singing, but I just want to acknowledge Great Spirit, the container that we've created, the entire week, the journey that you all have been on. And with that, we will sing. And the other piece that I want to invite is that feel free, just a reminder, you're all in your own unique individual space. You can move, you can dance, you can lay and receive, you can sing and sound with me, your voice, your vessel. You can make tones, let all of the energy frequencies move through you and allow you to really have a healing from whatever you receive. is so much magnificence in the ocean. There is so much magnificence in the Ábrete corazón, ábrete sentimiento, ábrete de hablar raso y dejar brillar el sol escondido en tu memoria antigua, escondida de la tierra, de las plantas, bajo el fuego, bajo el agua. Corazón, ábrete, sentimiento, ábrete, y dejaré al sol escondido en tu interior. Ey, ya es tiempo ya es hora, ábrete corazón y recuerda como el despierta cura, como el amor sana, como el habla florece si la vida perdura. Para llegar a Dios hay que aprender a ser humano. Para llegar a Dios hay que aprender a ser humano. This is for the healing and the spirits of the plants and the earth and all of us. It's one of those songs that if you feel called, you can repeat after me in your own space and kind of inviting the fairy energy into this. Gathering the flowers, flowers from the forest, forest full of medicine to help us with our healing, healing of our bodies, body, mind, and spirit, spirit of the water, come wash over my heart. of joy I'm crying, tears of joy I'm crying, crying for my people. People, we are ready. Remember, we are free. Free to be new people. Beautifully empowered. Empowering each other. In peace we come together. In peace we come together. Together we are free. Together we are free. Together we are free. And this is a Sanskrit mantra. I'm calling all of the yogis out there. A Sanskrit mantra for peace. One of my favorite mantras in the universe. This mantra, when I sang it, made me realize that I have sang mantras before. I hope that you love this chant as much as I do, because it's really a core piece of my soul that I'm offering in Great Spirit. Show me the way. masato masabgamaya tamasoma yotir gamaya mrityorma amritam gamaya om masato masabgamaya tamasoma yotir gamaya mrityorma amritam gamaya masato masabgamaya tapasoma yotir gamaya mrityorma amritam gamaya om masato masabgamaya tapasoma yotir gamaya mrityorma amritam gamaya om masato masabgamaya tamasoma yotir gamaya mrityorma amritam gamaya masasoma samsamaya tamasoma yotir gamaya mrityorma amritam gamaya om masato masabgamaya tamasoma yotir gamaya mrityorma amritam gamaya om masato masabgamaya tamasoma yotir gamaya mrityorma amritam gamaya om masato masabgamaya tamasoma yotir gamaya mrityorma amritam gamaya om masato masabgamaya tamasoma yotir gamaya mrityorma amritam gamaya. Shanti, 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 Hare Om, Hare Let's just take a moment. Okay, so I was asking my guidance, like, do we just stop there and we start the conversation, then we close the gates and stuff like that? And I heard the song that there was another song that I was going to sing before that. If you want to end on like an upbeat, like funky, fun note, I'm going to sing one more song, and it's a little goddess chant that feels like it wants to be sung, and it'll be like a little like do 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 do, and then we'll talk, and then we'll close the directions in a beautiful way. How's that sound? Is it good? Yeah. Okay. Yes. I love, spirit, right? Obviously, transmission, very important, yes. And then goofy, have fun, like charming energy, like totally acceptable. And I have guides personally that are always asking me to play more, and so I think we can be like very strong and serious and primal and get all the stuff out and also balance it with like, good fun energy. And this is one of those also call and response songs, kind of. You guys can just chant it in me. I learned it in Glastonbury with 30 women and a priestess initiation that I was a part of. It was a lot. It was great though. Mm. For those of you who don't know, Glastonbury is Avalon. Whoever has seen the Mists of Avalon, um, that's a whole Celtic. I love all that energy. Okay, ready? So this is fun. We are the women, we've come to drum. We are the channel between the earth and the sun. We hold the wisdom of the ancient ways. We will bring peace to these troubled days. We are the women, we've come to drum. We are the channel between the earth and the sun. We hold the wisdom of the ancient ways. We will bring peace to these troubled days. We are the women, we've come to drum. We are the channel between the earth and the sun. We hold the wisdom of the ancient ways. We will bring peace to these troubled days. We are the women, we've come to drum. We are the channel between the earth and the sun. We hold the wisdom of the ancient ways. We will bring peace to these troubled days. Oh my goodness, how important it is to bring peace to these troubled days right now. And this is like, I think that's why that song wanted to be sung. It is so where, and I also saw us like a giant circle, like a medicine circle of women, kind of like doing the thing, and men, obviously there are men here too, and it's all inclusive, but it's like that primal, beautiful, celebratory, ancient, like we're around a fire and we're dancing and we're bringing the natural law back to the earth. Okay, so if anyone wants to get in touch with me, right? That's next, right? If anyone wants to get in touch with me, I have a link. Let's see if I have it right here.
Alondra has dropped all of the links in there, including the very final week includes an
Oh, that's all of
opportunity,
that.
yeah,
Yay.
to get in her calendar.
Alondra. I
So
need an Alondra.
we all need an Alondra.
Yay, Alondra. Thank you so much. So okay, so what I'm doing, so can I talk a little bit about what I'm doing and why I'm doing it? Okay.
Absolutely, please. Thank you.
So, because I'm a hermit a little bit, like I talked about, where I was like, I like people who have broader communities who invite me into their spaces. I did a little experiment with my email list, and it's beautiful, but I was like, I haven't talked to you guys in 2-3 months with my winter. I said, who is out there right now? Do you guys want to have like free mini readings and conversations? Because I like really was like, sorry for disappearing during winter. I went like really deep. Hi, it's January or February, like, who are you? And the people who came were like, it was magical conversations. So I have this Medicine Woman tarot deck, which is one of my favorite beautiful things. And some of my clients use it now too. and it has like prayers in it and everybody. So I had these awesome little conversations with people, and it nourished me. And like me, like let's say like even a year ago, 2 years ago, I would have shied away from that because I would have been like, oh, I'm sensitive and I'm an empath, and like my energetic capacity like doesn't want to have a bunch of talking calls with people. And it was so amazing. I learned so much. I got to know people. I served them, and then I found I did have like a day where I really had to reset my energy, but like I found like it was so nourishing to be of service. And so that's my offering. And then if anything comes out of that, I'm meant to mentor you. People who come into my space, like, it's like because of my weirdness and my unique energy, they're just like, it is, I need to work with you. So I trust that that'll happen in the right exact place. I'm doing a program called Surrender that's opening right after Ostara, right after the spring equinox. So yeah, I trust in the name of surrender. I trust that if anybody's meant to like work with me, they will. But and I also have my Michelle Infinity Instagram to hang out with me. I do these things on Insight Timer that are free meditations, and so I'm doing these little chai and chat 30-minute reading calls for anybody who wants to do. And there's limited space because I made it so on my calendar. So if you want that, you can get it. Mwah! Yeah.
And this woman is magical, is she not, beloveds? I mean, first of all, I just want to mirror back to you how incredible that experience was. And you have people in there, just even Lyra, you made her realize that she herself wants to start using her voice and song as part of her own journey and exploration. And you are an embodiment of this channel that is so ancient and so sacred. And everything that was coming through you, I could feel your legion of team, but even just the legion of who you be, who you are, like showed up so fully in the lineages through which you carry across time and space and beyond. You could feel it all coming through you. I mean, I was trying to feel into, because we've talked, I could feel the Hathors and I could feel, the Grintara, Kuan Yin, the goddesses. But I mean, then it was just so almost overwhelming. I was like, oh, they're again, a legion. She's got a whole legion of beings in support of this channel and what she's bringing and birthing. And so thank you so very much. I just wanted to tell you that that was deeply and profoundly moving. Tears, laughter, chanting coming through, light language, just all, it was just like this beautiful field that you created. And it would be like, if you can, I want your recordings to just listen in the background when I'm doing work. Like,
Oh, good.
you
Yeah.
create, it's a soundscape essentially. And I've been playing a particular soundscape as the background music for some of the things that here, I'm going to go ahead and add my spotlight too.
Yeah, totally.
I've been listening to some soundscapes through some of the practices that I was thinking in the moment, like your soundscapes, what you offer is medicine and such a container in and of itself. So, yeah, I would love to explore how I can have you on demand to just hit play, because that was incredible. It was incredibly moving. It was so beautiful. Paul says, yes, so moved me to include music and song into what he's birthing as well.
Oh,
Look at
good.
the ways in which you're inspiring all of us.
It's been such a journey. I want to just share two things. My journey of being this particular version of myself has really been like 15 years in the making. And when I was in that
Mm.
priestess initiation, it was 2018, and I had just gone through this really beautiful dark night of the soul. I say really beautiful now, which is great. That just came out. That's really great. But in that, I really lost all my power. It was like it was
Mm.
trying. They tried to steal it from me, but ha ha ha! They didn't know that it's not theirs, and stolen power is useless. And so I just kind of like was rebirthed and initiated, and I was so timid and like learning. I had to like learn all over again how to be myself. And then so that was 2018, and then I feel like there's this huge like window chapter from like last year to like that year of a completion of a cycle of like this healing from initiation, if that makes sense. And then now it's like we're in this other dimensional time that I know is transitional between like now and 2027. Apparently, the human design and the gene keys people are
Mm-hmm.
saying there's like a real rebirth then. So that is one thing. And the other thing I want to say is I love that you said overwhelming. And I also noticed while I was singing, because the songs just came in this morning. I have a plethora of songs to choose from, and it was like da da da. But this was like the Epcot Center, like around the world of my songs. And I had the same epiphany, Lacey, where I was like, oh my God, like medicine woman, and then like mantra girl, and then like Gaelic goddess. I was like, I didn't plan that. And then I saw that too. So I love that and the thing about the overwhelming, I get that feedback, and it's been such a thing in all humility of my journey. How do I navigate that? Who do I, and then finding the exact right people. So that's why it was so cool that you can see me, and you're like, oh, okay, diddly diddly do. So I really honor that, because I celebrate that on this eclipse, that finding more people who can grok my frequency so that we can be of service to the highest together.
Your voice is a portal. It took me through my own internal, really literally going into the depth and the zero point of my own cells. I could then feel myself through each song expanding into very similar times where I too was in these same lineages. And so it was literally like your voice became this portal into my own deeper remembrance. So each song offered something completely different and a different experience, and even just a different tuning into different frequencies of self or different lineages. I mean, you took us around the world. You did.
Yeah.
You just took us around the world.
Multidimensional, but
It was
really.
incredible. Oh, darling, thank you so, so, so much. You guys, if you resonate with her and her work, get in her calendar, go check out her insight timer. You can go add Michelle Infinity and Steve Nobel. We've got some incredible uh, stuff for you to just dive into. So yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you. We'll let her continue on.
So closing the directions, or what would you like to say
Yeah,
anything else?
yeah, that feels like perfection. We're going to go ahead, you guys, and as ceremonially, officially close this container. For those of you that are here with us live and those that are watching the replay, everybody who signed up for this experience, everybody who played a part, a role in this experience in any way, shape, and form is going to be with us now within the closing of the ceremonial container. So inviting just all, I mean, there's thousands and thousands, and the reverberation and ripples is beyond what we can fathom.
I was just guided to get the bells to do that. But before, when I opened, I did the bowls, but let's do it through the
Yeah.
bells, okay? Sound
You've taken us on an instrument around the world,
good?
journey as well. Tammy had said she was really grateful to hear you bring in the drum as well. So I love that. She's like, I was hoping that you were going to drum.
I know it'd be a tease, right? If I have it behind there,
Just
and then it
sitting
doesn't.
there, yeah.
I gotta get better at this though. I gotta get lessons. Okay, so let's just bow our heads together collectively. Let's also honor Lacey as the queen custodian of this experience for a moment. Yeah, no, seriously, because like her intention and her vision and her medicine and her work, that we are so grateful to be connected. Yeah, so honoring that Empress energy that brought all of us together to have this beautiful experience over these 9 days. And in the honor of I am, really calling on not only your inner I am presence, but the collective I am that is this birth of form from formlessness at the center of the universe. The reason why we are all here is because the divine had asked to experience itself. Can you hear the bells okay? Just give me a little yes. And so we call upon Great Spirit, this unique I am presence, this field of light that we are all connected to, and learning in great humility how to be of service to be channels of the divine, to trust and surrender and feel divinely supported through all of life, through all of our self-mastery, and of service to the earth. We call on and release the direction of the north, the ancestors, the stones and bones, the element of earth, grandmothers and grandfathers in the totem of buffalo. We honor you, we bow to you, and we thank you for holding this entire space, this entire circle, so that we can be custodians of your light. We offer ourselves infinitely. We call upon and release the energy of the direction of the West, the waters of this world. May they be purified. May we treat our waters right in our own body and in the body of this earth. What gives life force to our entire planet? The song of the whales and the dolphins, and also the totem of bear that lives here, honoring our time for rest and transition in the season of fall. We bow to you, we honor you, and we release you. Thank you for being a part of our circle. To the fire of the south, beautiful light of the sun, the animal of snake, transformation, the wolf, the coyote. We are grateful for that play, that playful element, and joy and celebration. It's the teenage years in our lifespan. We ask for you to be vibrant in each of our hearts so that we can play with each other, celebrating this eclipse cycle that we are entering into today. May we all exchange in the highest vibration of joy and light, lifting the light of our hearts to the great central sun. Thank you for being in our circle. To the bird tribes of the east and the rising sun, the dawn. Thank you for carrying our prayers to Great Spirit. We honor you, eagle, hawk, all of the winged ones, owl, raven, dove, hummingbird. Thank you for being a part of our circle, winged ones, of all of your light and your magnificence, bird tribe. Thank you to the east, to the dawn, to the beginning, to the new. As you raise our consciousness and lift us all the way up to the Great Spirit, to intergalactic intelligence, to the great beyond, gone, gone, gone beyond, gone beyond the beyond, all hail the goer. As you lift your crown chakra, your soul star, all the way up to where the bodhisattvas and the ascended masters live, and the archangels and infinite intelligence, and allow all of that energy to pour down into your being, through your crown and into your heart. Great Spirit, we bow to you, we honor you, we say so much gratitude. Thank you for holding us. Thank you for supporting us divinely, and thank you for reminding us to surrender to your wisdom, even if we do not consciously understand with our minds that we can walk in beauty on this path and be channels for you on Mother Earth as we bring our awareness to the great below, Pachamama, Mother Earth. Holy Mother, you who give us life, you who contain all of the elements, we are in sacred service to you. Thank you to the plant spirits that nourish our bodies. Thank you to all of the herbs and the medicine and their wisdom. We ask to be stewards, to bring peace to you at these seemingly troubled days, but also to recognize that we are the ones, we are here to, in the most subtle realms, bring something we do not even know, but holding to this infinite love, infinite light, and infinite consciousness. And now bow your heads and feel all of the beings across the planet, all of us, in this gorgeous circle. honoring all of your ancestors, guides, angels. Almost imagine that you are in an astral circle together, looking around and bowing to each other. Thank you, Great Spirit. Thank you to the four directions, the great above and below. In beauty we walk, beauty before and beauty behind, beauty to our right and beauty to our left, beauty above and beauty below, beauty all around. Our world will be beautiful. Aho.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Michelle. You are a gift. You are truly a gift. Every time we come together to weave, I fall more and more in love with you. Thank you. Thank you for offering your medicine. Thank you for bringing your level of intentionality and your own journey and all that you've navigated to get where you are today. Thank you for reclaiming your power. Thank you for reclaiming your voice, your courage, and your confidence so that we could all be so incredibly inspired by you in this moment. Thank you to each and every one of you that is watching and participating live or watching the replays. This is a divine co creation, and where two or more are gathered, the ripples of what we have created, not here just today, but over 9 days, is going to reverberate out to the planet, to the solar system, to the cosmos, to our entire universal system. What we generated here is felt and received and so dearly appreciated. We are contributing to New Earth, to a New Earth experience, to a world that is rooted in unity, compassion, love, truth, peace, souls of service. It takes each and every one of us individually. Each of us have a purpose, a mission. We each contribute our part. And it's not in your doing, it's in your being, it's in who you be, it's in how you show up in the world. Your heart is felt. Every moment that you open your eyes, you have an opportunity to share and be the love of light, the love of God, to share it with the world. Darlings, that's all we've got. That's all. That's it. That is the completion of the 3rd year of the I am activation. Honestly, I'm blown away that I've done this 3 times and I just can't wait to do it again and again and again. This is my soul's offering to you all. Thank you for receiving me in so much love. Thank you for being a safe space for me to come and share myself and be vulnerable with each and every one of you. Thank you for letting me be messy, because there was definitely messy parts. Some of you probably didn't even notice when it got messy, but there was some messiness, and I get to model the mess. We get to do courageous, brave things and take risks and chances and know that nothing's going to go the way we plan. There is no perfection. There is perfection in the imperfection. And each one of you is perfection exactly as you are. Perfect, whole, complete, divine. Big soul missions. I love you all so incredibly much. This is not goodbye. Many of you I'll get to see in sessions. We get to travel together in the coming weeks and months. And it's such an honor to be of service to you in whatever way I can. I love you guys so, so, so much. Please continue to connect in the chat and the Facebook group. This is your space. These are your soul family. This is your safe space to be yourself, to be seen, to be witnessed. And if you ever need support, 6 months down the road, a year down the road, 2 years down the road, if I can ever help you, support you, just offer love, if you need a friend, my means of communication, it's everything is open. My calendar is open to you, my Facebook, reach out to me and we'll get a call. We'll just connect. I'm here for you. I'm here for you. Please never hesitate to reach out to me at any point in time moving forward. All right, darlings. I love you all so much. Thank you, Alondra. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you to each and every one of you. Y'all are amazing, wonderful, beautiful, radiant lights. Mwah! See you soon. See you real soon. Bye, darlings.